This conference will now be recorded.
Can you hear me now, Commissioner Johnson?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. We get started. Oh, you want to?
Just you and us.
You ready?
Good evening, everybody. I want to say good evening and thank you for your attendance at our Real Estate and Community Development Committee meeting. Thank you for taking time out of your day, and it's been a nice, pleasant day. And I hope you've had an opportunity to enjoy it too and get some things done. We have Patrick. I just want to ask you at this point in time, do we have a quorum?
Yes, sir. You do have a quorum. You have Commissioner Brody in attendance and Commissioner Johnson attending virtually.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so we can approve the minutes?
So before we move from established quorum, I know Commissioner Jackson is on. Commissioner Jackson, do you want to participate and vote in this committee meeting tonight, or just join for discussion?
I'll just join for discussion. I'm not planning to vote, but thank you for asking.
Yes, sir. So Commissioner or Chair Parker, at the time you can call on Commissioner Jackson for discussion.
Okay.
We don't need to vote him in now.
Okay, so let's go ahead and vote on the minutes and get that done.
So Chair Parker, staff has identified to me that the inclusion of the minutes on the agenda was by accident. They will be ready at the next Real Estate Committee meeting at the end of June. So if I can just have a motion to remove that from the agenda.
Okay, let's do that. Can we get a motion for that? Ms. Brody, can you approve that?
So moved.
Motion. Okay, is there a second to remove it from the agenda?
Mr. Johnson, can I get a second?
Second.
It's removed from the agenda.
Thank you so much. One of the things I wanted to just say right off the top as we get started this afternoon in our real estate meeting is I'm excited, or as excited as I could be about an event we had recently, and that was over at the Anna Julia Cooper facility over there in Churchill. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you for our chairman, our commissioner, Ms. Brody, who did an excellent job in speaking. And she made us so proud. I tell you, it really almost brought tears to my eyes. You know, the fact that she was talking about her attendance being there and her young family having gone through that particular facility over there. So that's a great facility, and it's a good star on our belt to say that you know, we did what we did with that. And Mr. Jackson, thank you so much for speaking also. But our team was strong over there and well represented with Ms. Brody and Mr. Jackson. So thank both of you for what you did. Thank you for that. The next thing I wanted to say as we go through, we're at in June of this year. Can you believe that? Half the year's gone. And I know one of the things I like to look back on is what have we accomplished at this point in time. We're here in June of this year, and before you know it, the year's gonna be gone. And I'm looking at some things that we've done. I would hope that at some point in time we would kind of note those. One of the things was the event that I just spoke about just now, and I know that we did the boxing ring event. We got together with them and helped them to move that project forward, and the 9 Mile Road project. And one of the things that I'm so much excited about the fact is what Colleen has been doing with the MBE participation. You've been a yeoman on that, and you've been lifting us up, and I've been so proud of what you've been doing as far as your participation with that. So thank you for what you've been doing, Colleen. You all right? Oh, okay. And not just you, but you know, others around the table. Ms. Sherrill with the conduit bonds and just some of the things that you've been bringing to the table and these projects that have come through this particular body. and before it got to the board. I've been excited about what we've been doing, but we still have work to do, and there's still more to do, and I'm excited about the opportunity to continue to do it. But I wanted to let the team know that you're doing a great job at the half of the year, but we're not finished yet, so it's not time to sit back in the laurels of anything. But let's keep pushing hard and pushing forward, and at the end of the day and at the end of the year, I think the community and RRHA and the city of Richmond and proper will be excited about what this board and what this committee has done. So let's keep pushing. Thank you so much, Chair Jackson, for what you do. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Vice Chair Parker. Much of the success of our entire board has come from your ideals and your, just being in agreement. So I thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next thing on the agenda is citizens report. Do we have any citizens to do any? All right. All right, so we're fine with that, and I've made my comments. You've heard my comments, my updates, so we're moving on. I'm gonna just turn it over to, yes, please, Patrick.
The video.
Oh, here we go. Let's see this. I'm not finished yet.
So more and more young people are choosing trade schools over college, saying it offers greater stability, hands-on work, job security in high-demand fields like construction, animal science, biotech. And our very own Xavier Walton visited one of the top vocational high schools in the country, Worcester Technical High School. Hey, Xavier, good morning to you. Is this trend building momentum, and what more are you learning there in Massachusetts?
Marky, good morning. Yeah, certainly building momentum, and I'm learning that I probably should have went to trade school. This beside me, I just learned a few moments ago, this is actually a sander, and then over here, if we come this way, this is a planer, and I also learned, do not touch that red button. But here's the thing, this is one of the first things, we're gonna come on, we're gonna get a little closer, but this is one of the first things that the kids here actually built, this home. And yes, that's why Gen Z is now being dubbed Tool Belt Generation. Massachusetts has one of the top vocational high school systems in the country. Here at Worcester Technical High School, 23 programs for students to choose from. Each program provides a different path to a profession, from carpentry to cosmetology, from biotech to electrical, or say plumbing and HVAC. You're getting real life hands-on training in high school. Recent data from Resume Builder shows 42% of Gen Zers currently working in or pursuing a blue collar or skilled trade job. 30% said trade jobs offer better long-term prospects, and 19% said they couldn't find a job in their field. For those reasons, students say they are steps ahead of some of their peers going to a more traditional high school.
Part of the medical field, we get our CNA certifications, CPR, and basic life support.
And you're working right now?
Yes, currently I work at UMass Memorial, has a PCA.
Why did you choose plumbing?
I felt like out of all the shops that I was able to explore, it gave me actual real life skills. Like if I decided not to pursue it in my 4 years, I could work in my own house without needing somebody else to do it for me.
Everyone needs HVAC. That's the thing. It's going to be around here for hundreds and hundreds of years, so there's always something I could do. Another reason is I could be my own boss, so I could start my own company, I could make my own hours, and I could make a lot of money doing it.
The principal says that roughly 20 to 30% of the students that go here, like these students right here, actually transition from school directly into the workforce. These students just showing up to class. One caveat, though, being some students have to go to post-secondary school, especially those working in, say, the medical field. Marky, another thing, there's a wait list. At this school in particular here at Worcester Tech, there's a wait list of about 1,000 students just to get into the school, and it starts obviously in 9th grade.
Yeah, it's popular. And that student you were talking to about HVAC, obviously it seems like job security is top of mind for him. How do students choose which field they want to go into?
Marky, that's a great question. I think that kid is a junior. He's probably 16 or 17. He already knows what he wants to do. But they have this thing called an Explore semester, so they get real hands-on experience when they get here to kind of see what it is they actually like. One student went from, say, robotics to carpentry. Take a listen.
One of mine was carpentry. It's a lot of hands-on stuff, and I realized I like to get my hands dirty.
Yeah, kind of like water in the bathroom.
Talk about this work, because I know you guys are still working on the bathroom, right?
Yeah, no, so we come in and we fix the vandalism throughout the bathrooms, and soap dispensers get ripped off the walls.
So even this stall, you were saying before, it wasn't even here. You guys literally had to build and put in.
Yeah, the doors were off the walls. We came in, this entire stall, all new, put in by the carpentry team.
So think about that. Something breaks. You don't have to wait for maintenance to come and fix it. You literally call, students like here, carpentry, where we are this morning, they could easily pop upstairs and fix the bathroom stalls.
They're going to save the world, no doubt about it. Xavier Walton, fascinating. Thanks so much for that live report.
Thank you so much for showing that for me, Patrick. I've been, as you know, a proponent of workforce development, and let's get some people jobs and bring them into the community and see what they can.
Back to this story, everybody. Photos of a wooden punishment box allegedly used on special needs students sent shockwaves through
Still on? I served for 4 years on the Henrico County VOTEC Foundation. And while I was on that VOTEC Foundation, I met a lot of the young kids there out of the high schools. And what they would do in the trades is they would buy a piece of land over there off a 9 Mile Road or somewhere in Henrico. And they would, once they had those trades, they would go out and build a house from the ground up. They do everything from the plumbing, the painting, the air conditioning, the heating, the framing. And once they finished all of that on that house, they had an open house meeting, and we all celebrated and broke the ribbon on it. And then we sold the house and went out and built a new one. So that was a repetitive thing from grade to grade, and that helped a lot of the kids. So when they graduated, not only did they have the experience, but of doing that, working on a house, but they could put that on a resume. And I thought that was so exciting about what could happen with that. And I see us here at RRHA doing some similar things, because we have a lot of people in our Big Six that have a desire to do some things and to gain some skills and to become into the workforce. And I see us having some types of ways of working with contractors or working with developers and seeing if they can help us to make this happen, to make bring that to fruition. So we'll be talking from time to time, but I wanted to bring that video before you so you could see what's going on in other places. And if it's going on in other places, we can do it here too. There you go. That's it for me. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you. And Mr. Chair, you and I have had numerous conversations about it, and we are having conversations with our developers about creating such a opportunity for our public housing youth. We know that it requires a site. You need a building when that's going to happen. You need investment. And equally important, having done this myself in other cities, you want to make sure when that training is finished, completed by young people, that there's a job waiting for them on the other end. We believe that as we look to redevelop our public housing sites, there should be those opportunities. We've already started to have a conversation with respect to what's called our first build site location in Gilpin. And we've been talking about a workforce training. We'll be having conversations with the City Office of Community Wealth Building, where they provide the training. So as President Newbill likes to say, more to come.
I think one of the things that we're excited about too, Steve, is the MOU that we have with the city. And the MOU that we have with the city will allow us to do some additional things, because they have a workforce development group already in place.
Yes, sir. So we are happy. We're back at the negotiation table with the mayor and his team. Next week, we'll be having some really good discussions about coming to a final agreement. And yes, there is in the people plan, there is part of that is about involve some workforce development. And last, I want to say is that we are in the beginning stages of conversations with Virginia Union University and a potential MOU where that also may provide some workforce development opportunity for you. So yes, lots of things percolating, sir.
Yes. Thank you so much.
So next, sir, if you wouldn't mind, I think we're in the real estate development section of our agenda. And if we can move, if you would allow us to move to the updates for the Big Six and our other real estate department projects. Is that good, Chair? Can we move in that direction?
Please.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So I'm going to turn this over to our Senior Vice President for Real Estate and Community Development, Cheryl Hampton. I'm going to make a comment about the first item under Roman numeral 6, and that is the 9 Mile Homeownership Project, and also with that, I'm going to talk about the 9 Mile Sprout School, which is not there, and also the homeownership portion, affordable portion of that project. So we're going to talk about it much more. We have a resolution later on that's going to come for a vote. The developer on the 9 Mile Sprout School, Churchill North, and on the home ownership, they have both of those projects, have asked us to, and they'll make a presentation at the full board meeting that's coming up this month, but they've asked this committee to allow them to change the structure, and we're in favor of the change of structure so that they can more favorably move forward with the project. You'll hear later on when it comes up for the resolution. I've had extensive conversation with our legal counsel and their legal counsel, and we are in favor of this committee, assuming it votes for it, in favor that this committee votes for the change in structure so that they can do this Sprout School. The Sprout School is not as powerful, Commissioner Brody, as Anna Julia Cooper, but it still is powerful because it's to provide free education to low-income residents, and there's an affordable unit piece of it. So the home ownership is what's going to come, portion of it, which is going to come before us later today for the resolution. And that home ownership portion is going to be really important because it's going to be tied to our home ownership announcement we're making later this year. And so what will come before this committee when it's time for the resolutions is a request that Churchill North change just the structure so they can more favorably move forward with the project. And again, after talking to our lawyers and their lawyers, we've come to the agreement. We think that it's important to change that structure so they can move forward with this home ownership project. And by the way, this home ownership project, RRHA, is in partnership with Churchill North on this home ownership. We'll be working actively to see if we can get some of our voucher holders and other rents who can qualify as part of this home ownership. So later on, it will come before us for discussion and vote. And I'm just saying, wanted to announce that our lawyers on both sides have agreed that the change in the structure is something that is needed. Thank you. I'm going to now turn the rest of the agenda over to my capable colleague, Senior Vice President Cheryl Hampton.
Steve, before we move forward with that, I know you're here talking about changing the structure on it. Have our attorneys looked at it and they agree that everything's fine and that's to our benefit on that?
Absolutely, but I'll have one of our young attorneys, but the answer is absolutely at both sides.
Sure. Thank you.
But
Yes, sir. Excuse me. Yes, Chair Parker. We reviewed it. It's fine. It's more of just a name change in ownership, and really that's it. It's nothing that affects the interest of RRHA. So
great. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Patrick. And Ms. Tonigues, thank you.
Cheryl Hampton.
Thank you, CEO Nesmith, and to Chair Parker and my colleagues in the room. I'm going to just run down this as timely as I can. As it relates to Gilpin redevelopment, please put June 23rd on your calendar. That is our next resident and community engagement meeting. We will be hosting that at the Greater Mount Moriah Church that is right very close to the Gilpin Court site. We will be discussing our Bill First project number 1. We also had a meeting. We met with the city, the various divisions in PDR as it relates to permitting and site plan approval. So things are moving forward there on that 36 unit first bill project for our Gilpin redevelopment effort. I'm going to move along to the next item, Chair, if there are no questions.
What is the time on the 23rd?
5:30.
5:30. Thank you.
5:30 to 7:30. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
400 East Gray Street, if you just wanted me to go ahead, Mr. Nesmith, or you had remarks.
My prefatory remarks is that it's moving along very well. We have a date, and that is on or before. We hope before. It's ironclad in the legal clause that we will close on that project on or before no later than September 30th. We're pushing, and I meet with them. I don't just delegate this one. This is one that's important to me. So I'm making some prefatory comments. On or before September 30th of this year. So we're pushing to see if we can get it done in August, but we know how a lot of people like to take vacations, particularly at HUD in Washington, D.C. But that's the good news. We have a definitive date that we will close out on that. I turn it over to Ms. Sherrill.
I don't have much to add. As CEO Nesmith shared, the project is on point for closing no later than September 3rd. We are now at the stage where we are trying to finalize our environmental assessment, working with the city of Richmond as the responsible entity, and then we'll move to getting that submitted, and we'll work with HUD. There are 2 departments in HUD that we have to work with given the funding sources. One funding source is the Community Development Block Grant, CDBG program, and the other, because this project does have project-based vouchers, public and Indian housing, is the second. So we'll be submitting once the notice of notification in the newspaper has taken place, we will submit the requisite 70-15-15 requests to both divisions. I'm going to now move, if there are no questions, Mr. Chair, down to Creighton Court. I am very excited there. I did want to say 400 East Gray Street is a senior site. It is 68 units in the building right across the street, not far from us in walking distance. Now I will move to Creighton Court. Creighton Court, we have 41 households that remain on site. So we are near our completion, and we are working hard to meet the relocation deadline for September 30th. We have taken down or demolished 11 buildings now. As of this past week, we added 4 more buildings to bring that total to 11 buildings demolished, and they should all be demolished by the end of November of this year. So Creighton Court, it will no longer, and Mr. Nesmith is right to celebrate, it will no longer be the big 6. It will now be the big 5. And so that is an accomplishment for this agency. No longer the big 6, moving to the big 5.
All right.
And we keep going.
If I can make a comment about that, we're going to be planning for that, the governor and the mayor, because it is a historical fact that anytime you use any search engine, you search RRHA, it is the big 6. And it's a historical fact, again, for the city and the Commonwealth, given we're the largest housing authority in the Commonwealth. So when we're working with the mayor, we're working with the governor and seeing that we ought to be celebrating that. But thank you.
And key as to why that's important, we have enhanced our repositioning and redevelopment efforts. So this brings about mixed income, very diverse communities instead of traditional public housing. So we will be moving that subsidy platform, and that property will be repositioned. Phase A, as you note, has been completed. That is 60 some odd, 68 units. Now with the completion and lease up of phase B, that is 72 units. So we are about 49, 50% leased with phase B, the 72 units. And we'll be having an event, if you will put this date down, committee members, June 30th. And you'll have more information from that. That will be a morning meeting somewhere between 10 and 11. But Ms. Angela Fountain and her team, our communications team, will be sending invitations and additional information. But June 30th, we'll be doing another keys event where folks are receiving their keys to their new homes. And so we're real pleased that we are in this phase at 20% right now of the former Creighton residents that have returned. So we are hanging with the national average in every respect, as researched by various think tanks across the country, looking at the return rate of former public housing residents.
If I'd like to say, Chair Parker, one of the things that your colleague, Commissioner Bill Johnson, he is just maniacally focused on handing out keys. And he used to tell me sometimes during my evaluations, you can talk and talk and talk all you want to. You can do all the accomplishments. You can tell me, I don't care. I want to know how many keys you put in people's hands. I'm like, well, we're more than that, sir. We're keys in hand, Nesmith. So Bill Johnson, Commissioner Johnson, the June 30th, we'll be putting some more keys in people's hands. Just want to let you know that.
Commissioner Johnson, we really need to get you one of those big keys. That would be really nice to give you one of those big keys as we send you the pictures of that event. So I'm gonna have to talk to Miss, you know, my CEO is always reminding us, so you have to go big. So I want to get you a big key. So thank you for your leadership on that. Our next.
I appreciate you guys then. I see you working. I see it.
You see it? Great, great. We have a hard working 300 and some odd staff members here at RRHA. I'm moving now to Mosby Court South. Really pleased about this as well. Two things I'm really pleased to report. One is we are moving to final review and consideration by City Council for our community unit plan. The first big hurdle in any redevelopment is getting your entitlements and your zoning besides your funding. So we need our entitlements and our zoning. The Planning Commission on May 19th voted unanimously to move it forward with an amendment. And so that is coming up now on next Monday, which will be June 8th. And we will be there at 4 o'clock and for the informal session as well as the formal session beginning at 6. The second great thing, and I want to give a great big shout out to our residents of Mosby Court South, to the resident tenant organization and the tenant council, Ms. Walliford and all of her members of that tenant council, and Richmond RTO, Richmond Tenant Organization, Ms. Oles, and all of the presidents of the various tenant councils came out, supported, met with us. We had a very, that took place over 4 or 5 meetings to create this tenant bill of rights, which is what the city and the mayor wanted to see, and it's become a status part of our protocol as we do our redevelopment efforts. We have one for Creighton, and now there is a agenda item for review and consideration tonight for the resident, the tenant Bill of Rights, signed already, executed already by our Mosby Court South Tenant Council, and the Richmond Tenant Organization, and we'll be seeking your recommendation for the full board to have the chair expedite as well. So that's on the agenda, that resolution. And thanks so much, Ms. Brody, because you came out to those meetings and you heard, but we had a very engaged meeting, and we hit all of the checkpoints, Chair, for that, Chair Parker, on that, committee chair, for, for all of the items that they want, one-for-one replacement, the types of relocation assistance. We went through all of that, and they had great input. So that's on the agenda.
If I may, Mr. Chair, make a comment about
Yes,
that.
please.
So this is Ms. Sherrill said, really, really important, because it gets into this argument we hear all the time about one for one and whether or not residents will really have an opportunity to truly come back, right? And this is fundamental. We're making it fundamental to our developers. The media is obsessed about it. And so we are manifesting that as part of our development. The RHA is being held to it. The mayor is going to be signing, as she said, president of city council. But it's really important, Mr. Chair, because, and other members of this committee, because it empowers the residents, right? And it says if the residents choose to come back, it says they have the right of return. But as we know, and Sherelle and I've talked about this, and we've been talking with folks about this, across the country, Richmond's no different. Residents choose when they get a project bank voucher or a tenant protection voucher. If they go to Henrico, if they go to Fairfax, if they go to Houston, Texas, they'll take that voucher and pay no more than 30% of their income. But you know what they choose sometimes? They say, I don't want to come back. Why? Because they found a new church. They found a new school. But again, let the residents choose if they want to come back. And what we try to make sure is that we're not saying they have to come back. I grew up in public housing. I didn't have to come back. And because we have to make sure we're not reconcentrating poverty, giving, again, power to the residents. Thank you.
And we are meeting the one-for-one replacement. It will be done over 3 phases. There are a total now of 106 units. About 97, 98 of them are occupied, but over the 3 phases, we will have deeply affordable units throughout, at least 120 of them, because we have project-based vouchers there. So that's one thing, along with the tenant protection vouchers. I'm going to move to Fay Towers if there are no questions, Chair. All righty. So Fay Towers, we have an action item on the agenda for your review and consideration and recommendation tonight regarding the selection of the co-developer for the Bill First project, and I'll share more at that time. But this, we are revisiting this as the board from their May meeting sent it back, reversed it back to this committee as we had a developer withdraw. And we have now, following procurement policies of the agency, worked with Ms. Orsini here. We now are bringing forward our, I say replacement or substitute co-developer, and you'll hear more about that as we come to the resolution. I'm going to turn it, yes, sir. I'm going to turn it back over to you before we move forward with the presentation. And I know Ms. Orsini has a report to provide.
No, sir. Now we move to the placing agenda, Section 3 MBEWBE reports from our head of procurement.
Okay, Ms. Colleen, are you ready for your presentation for us?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
In your packet, you should have the report from last month. We are doing very well on our goals, as you can see. For our women in business enterprises, we are at 13%. almost 14%. Our MBE is at 38%. And our section 3 is at 24, almost 25%, which is our goal. So we are doing very well. I personally think we're doing very well. So, and I hope that you are satisfied with those numbers, sir.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Definitely.
Do you have any questions?
No questions at all. I think you said in the last meeting, you had a question about how the stack was on
Yeah,
this or
no,
something.
I had
Oh,
my calculations were, my formulas were incorrect,
Oh, okay. That's
but
what
I
it was.
have fixed them.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, they're fixed now, and this is the accurate numbers.
We talked the other day about having something for training for some of the folks, electrical guys or whatever. You remember we had that conversation about trying to train some folks or having
On
some
how to do
folks-
solicitations, and
Yeah.
yes.
Did you have a conversation with Miss Williams about that, or how? Does Miss Williams still work with you?
You mean Morris, Miss Morris, Dorothy?
Okay, that's who it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dorothy.
Dorothy.
We're working on it. It's still, it's we got, well, as you know, we got a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
So that it is one of my goals this year. We're going to be having training for our vendors and for we've already provided some training for the staff, but for our vendors especially.
I think it's going to be very good for us to do that. It's going to benefit the community, those at large, and RRHA. So thank you so
Yes.
much for at least pursuing that.
No
activity.
problem, sir.
Thank you. Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your report.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the next thing we have here is Patrick, you're up with the resolutions, or where are we? Oh, we have a presentation from the Bacon Senior Multi-Family Housing Revenue Group. So, Ms. Sherrill, you're going to handle that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Before I start that, I also wanted to bring your attention, Mr. Chair, and board members, committee members, to the flyer that you have about an upcoming event, our
Okay.
eviction diversion, and you see what properties this is assisting at this time.
Mhm.
This is our second. I want to give a great big shout out and appreciation to Southside Community Development and Housing Corp. Ms.
Yeah.
Diana Bowser and her team. They will come on site. They have been on site in April. This is the second such event, and it is to assist our residents who may be having trouble and be behind with their rent for our public housing residents. So I just wanted to say that we will be having another. I will put in a request for a third event later the summer or in early fall for our other properties and the residents there. So just wanted you all to know that.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Now, yes, sir.
Ms. Hampton, do you think this is appropriate time for you to introduce
That's what I'm getting ready to do
Okay,
right now.
great. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir,
much.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
So we have one application that came from Chapman Development for the Bacon Senior Multifamily. There is a report. Yes, sir.
No, I'm talking about the lawyer in the room, the new lawyer in the room.
Oh, I will do that. I'm gonna
Okay.
get there. I just hadn't got there yet.
Okay, thank you, please.
So that is for Bacon Senior, and we always work with our legal firm, McGuire Woods. And of
Great.
course, we have Mr. Mike Graft, and I will let Mr. Mike Graft do the honors of introducing. And Brittany, forgive me, I forgot about your last name. Then we will go to the presentation.
Right. Yeah.
RRHA, who's joining McGuire Woods and joins us from the Milbank Tweed law firm in Washington, very prestigious Wall Street law firm. Erica's a graduate of the Howard Law School, and we're really delighted to have her joining us and going to be working on the Housing Authority account at McGuire Woods. And thank you, sir, for the courtesy of allowing me to introduce her.
Excited. Thank you so much. Look forward to it, Erica. Thank you so much for coming aboard.
You want to say a few words?
Yeah.
I've been at McGuire Woods for a total of 2 weeks, but this meeting already seems like a great group of people who care a lot about the community, and it's, immediately I can already see how welcoming you guys are, and I look forward to working with everyone. Great to meet you guys.
We look forward to working with you, and your spirit and pretty smile
Thank you.
precedes yourself. So we know we look forward to a great relationship. I call up Mike all times of night and day. So he has been a wonderful partner in this venture to enhance our program,
Yes,
Mr. Chair.
definitely.
So McGuire Woods has been a big help there. So thank you and look forward to working with you, Erica. You, Mr. Chair, it is Bacon Senior Multifamily. They submitted an application for, am I getting this right, Mike? But the overview of the project is in your packet. And you have a PowerPoint that we're going to show. Our developers are here and I'm going to introduce them. This project is in the Churchill area. You have your map, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
You have your map, and I'm very pleased to introduce, this is a 126 unit, going to be a senior project, 1 and 2 bedrooms, includes old existing units that will be renovated, and also the construction of 70 new units. And I have Mr. Now, you know, I'm having a senior moment here. Mr. Chapman and Mr. Whitty here from Chapman Development regarding this project. And I see thank you, Miss Priscilla already has the PowerPoint up. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Chair Parker, you've met, Chair Parker may not have met already, Chair Parker, and our CEO, Mr. Stephen Nesmith, Mr. Whitty, and Mr. Chapman.
Thank you.
Can you turn that mic on, please?
My name is Tim Chapman. I've owned Chapman Development for about 30 years. I want to take a moment when you guys talked about the trade schools. I went to a trade school. I didn't actually go to college, so I think it's a great opportunity for people. I've been in affordable housing my entire life. I was homeless for a while as a kid, so it's not just a mission. It's not just a money-making operation. It's a mission of love and commitment and torture. Yes. This project is near and dear to my heart. It was owned by a couple of partners of mine. One was Louis Salomonsky, that passed away a couple of years ago. You know, during my career, I was on the board of Virginia Housing for 8 years and chaired it, and then taught affordable housing finance and development at UVA for a few years. And when Louis was passing, he didn't want these buildings becoming market rate, and they're coming up to their end of their 30-year compliance period. So he knew this is what we specialized in, and we're partners on other things. So he asked us to buy it from the estate, which we're doing. And we're very excited about it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chapman.
Well, I'll let Dale say all the smart stuff.
Thank you. And thank you to Ms. Hampton and Mr. Graff for your guidance through this process. You know, this is the first time for both Tim and me going through a Richmond redevelopment process of seeking authority to issue the tax exempt bonds. I'm very well aware of the Virginia housing process. I don't know if it's in any of the documents, but I retired from there recently. I was there for almost 30 years. And during that time, I ran the tax credit program and also the lending platform, issuing taxable and tax exempt bonds, mostly around the low-income housing tax credit program. Excuse me. So this is new to me for this one. And so I, again, appreciate your guidance and patience through all of this. So the development is, I'm sure you all know of it and have been there. It is, again, we're seeking your approval to be the bond issuer. We're lining up the financing, the actual investors concurrently with this effort. There is an existing 56 unit development there. Originally, it was the Nathaniel Bacon School. A little bit closer. Okay. Oh, okay. She has to correct. Well, Tim, needs to correct me from time to time. And so it was done originally with low-income housing tax credits and historic credits. Thank you. It will again be done with, as Tim said, it's coming out of it may already be out of its extended use period. And so it is at risk of being purchased and done with whatever, they want to do with. So this is an important mission really for both of us. There is enough land on the site to build 70 new units in addition to that. It will all be done with tax exempt bonds and low income housing tax credits. And so, of course, on the existing, we'll also use historic tax credits as well. It will be 100% of the units will be restricted to 60% of area median income. We already have building permits. We're ready to begin as soon as we can get to closing.
I've been developing real estate mostly in Virginia and Washington, D.C. And I noticed some of what you had commented about, including women-owned businesses and minority-owned businesses. And I don't want to say that's easy for us. That's so natural for us because in the District of Columbia, everybody participates or nobody participates.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about coming into the Richmond market. We have been doing this for about 30 years. It's not our first bond deal. It's our first foray into the Richmond market. I think we got a pretty solid team together. We're shovel ready. We have our permits. We're not real estate developer shovel ready. We're actually shovel ready. We have no intentions of displacing anyone that's currently in the units. We're going to move them around. When we have the 70 units built, they'll have the first option to move into the brand new units as we redevelop the historic units. It's a complicated project. We will, in the future, there's 7 or 8 townhouses that can be built there. So that'll be something that we talk with you guys out in the future so that you can hand people more keys. But I just wanted to thank you all very much for the opportunity to present the project for you and answer any questions.
Well, Tim, I want to say thank you for are you finished at this point?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I want to say thank you for your presentation. I'm very familiar with Mr. Solomonsky also. We both had businesses on Main Street there for a while. And then he moved up to doing some things up there, up near VCU and a lot of the units up there. He's a great man. And I'm glad to see you following in footsteps and doing things of that nature. But also the fact that you're going to bring that mental capacity to be inclusive in this project, because we don't want to fight this thing. We want to partner with this thing. We want you as a partner in with us. Sure. We want you to continue to come back to us and say, hey, I got another project I want to do, and continue with that, because it's a lot of work out there to be done and a lot of opportunities to be done. So let's see how we can make everything work for everybody.
Well, thank you very much, because we do believe that there is no progress without partnership.
No, got to make it happen. Okay, thank you.
If they will move, thank you, Ms. Priscilla. Keep going forward. You'll see information there. So this is now next slide. You'll see some of the work that they have done and that they currently own or manage. So I wanted to make sure that you saw the level of quality of the work that they have done for the projects that they have. 126 total units, seniors, and both existing renovation of those current units and new construction. You see the fiscal impact that they have brought forward, also in your packet for them. And I'm going to, if there are no questions, I do want to bring, there is a letter from them where they have accepted and support and will abide by our local hiring and MBE, WBE Section 3. And that written confirmation is in the packet that you have for the letter from Chapman Development Group. And they specify what they'll be doing in working with Ms. Colleen and myself in terms of monitoring what they do and providing opportunities. So I wanted you to see that. That's in here as well.
2 questions.
Yes, sir.
Tim, what types of opportunities do you anticipate could be for MBEs, Section 3s, and people of that nature? What do you anticipate
So
happening with that?
the general
I
contractor.
don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm going to ask the question anyway.
The emerged general contractor is going to be the general contractor on the project. It's
Okay.
a minority-owned business, and
Mhm.
we're going to take the same approach that we did do in Washington D.C., where we'll hold job fairs. We'll actually hold subcontractor fairs to bring somebody in. One of the reasons that we're not a criticism, that we're not coming through Virginia Housing is their letter of credit requirements. I think that kind of excludes people. The goal is to be more inclusive with smaller businesses.
Yeah, are there some things that you might have for administrative jobs that people that might not have had any experience, would they be able to come in and learn hand work with some of your internal people?
Sure.
To learn opportunities on doing
Yes.
things of that nature. Everybody
Yes.
doesn't have to be shovel and brick and things of that nature.
No, 100%, and that's very natural for us in the sense of, I think in our letter it was required that we said it was a goal, and we're used to working in Washington D.C. where the word goal doesn't exist. It is you will have 20%. You know, we're actually very excited about the opportunity because I think when we bring what we do to bear and how inclusive we are and open we are to other people joining us, subcontractors, employment opportunities for the people in the immediate area, you'll want to partner with us more.
Is this a gutted project or is it?
It's not. The historic school is currently occupied. I think there's, of the 50-something units, about 7 of them that are unoccupied. We're also going to be purchasing another one of the schools that's not a part of this, that will be redeveloped later. We'll be able to sort of move people, shuffle people around as we redevelop for those that, want to stay or want to come back.
Okay. Ms. Brody or any other commissioners, do you have any questions of the team? Mr. Chair, do you have any questions, Mr. Jackson? Or Mr.
No, I don't have any questions, but I will tell you, but this is a very exciting project. And we are excited to be conduits to help make this possible. And we look forward to the partnership, and love to see how this is going to come together. I know Emerge has a reputation, and so our MBE requirements, or they'll certainly be or suggestive in this matter. Components will be met, and wish you guys all the greatest success. Look forward to the presentation for the entire board this month.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Please.
I also did receive, and I will make sure it's for when it's come before the full board, I received a letter of recommendation from our president of City Council, President Newbell. Just want to make that for the record. It's in the packet.
Should be.
Okay. Anyway, so let's say that for the record. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anything else, Ms. Sherrill, you have?
Chair Parker?
Yes.
If we may at this time, open it up for a public hearing so that any members of the public can comment on this proposal.
Please.
So, are there any members of the public online or here in person that wish to make a comment as to this presentation and resolution for authorizing the issuance of multifamily housing revenue bonds for the Bacon Senior Multifamily Housing Project? Any citizens online? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, this application, I'm going to ask Attorney Graff just to share a bit about what the application is for, amount and all like that, in the next step after it comes to our full board. But yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, so this is we just conducted, thanks to Patrick's good work, what we call the check for a public hearing that's required for tax exempt bonds of this sort. Then if it's the pleasure of the committee, at the full commission meeting later this month, you'll be asked to consider what we call an inducement resolution, which is the first resolution of the Housing Authority in furtherance of acting as the conduit for these revenue bonds. Then we will go to the city council because under the federal law of tax exempt bonds, there needs to be an elected body that approves the tax exempt bonds in the city of Richmond. The applicable elected official is city council. So again, assuming it's the pleasure of the committee and then the full commission to move this paper forward, we'll go to city council, get that approval. At that point, Tim and Dale, along with help from Sherelle, will be in a position to seek allocation from a statewide volume cap for these sorts of bonds. And I haven't had a chance to tell Dale and Tim this yet, but I just heard, I think there is going to be some significant volume cap available, which is great news for us.
Good.
So we'll be able to move to secure that shortly after we, assuming again we get through the Housing Authority and the City Council approvals, and then we'll be on the road to closing a $20 million financing later this year for the project.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's all
Thank you.
I have for the presentation at this time.
Okay, so we're going to go through the resolutions now, Patrick?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So the first one up for recommendation for approval is Resolution 2026-16, resolution authorizing the selection of the developer for Fay Towers. And this is an amended resolution that had updates from the previous version that was sent to the full board in May. Do I have a motion to open the floor for discussion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Brody? Okay, open the floor for discussion, and I believe Sherelle is available
Yes.
to provide some context.
Thank you, Attorney Bicey. As I shared earlier, this resolution is about the selection of the co-developer for our Gilpin Bill First project, which is Fay Towers. It will be a renovation. We're looking at approximately 100 units once it's been renovated. This selection came up before the Board of Commissioners sent it back due to the fact that our originally recommended selection, co-developer selection, NHP withdrew from the project. In that letter, their withdrawal letter is in your packet. And now it is coming back to this committee, as Attorney Bicey said, as the resolution has been amended to include the new second highest respondent to the RFP, and that is RRHA, which is the co-developer for the main Gilpin footprint site. But they will also now, after your review and approval, and should the board approve it as well, be handling the Bill First project number 2.
Any discussion or questions on the resolution?
I have none.
Ready for a vote?
Yes.
Do a roll call. Commissioner Parker,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
Commissioner Brody.
Aye.
Motion carries. Recommendation for approval, resolution will be sent to the full board. Next resolution is Resolution 2026-20. No, I apologize, sorry, excuse me, Resolution 2026-19. It's the resolution authorizing the execution of the Mosby Court South Tenant Bill of Rights. Is there a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Parker, seconded by Commissioner Brody. Open the floor for discussion, and I believe Ms. Hampton is available for discussion.
Thank you, Attorney Bicey. As we shared before, this was executed, thoroughly vetted, input from the residents of Mosby Court over 4 to 5 meetings. The RTO and our CEO have already executed this agreement. This resolution, we are seeking the chair's approval and the full board's approval to execute this as well before it goes to Mayor Avula and President Cynthia Newbill, who is the district rep, council rep for the project area. So it is before you as the resolution in your packet.
Any questions or discussion?
I have none.
Hearing none, we'll move for a vote. Commissioner Parker,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
and Commissioner Brody.
Aye.
Motion carries. Resolution will be sent to the full board. Next resolution is Resolution 2026-20, resolution authorizing the issuance of multifamily housing revenue bonds, the acquisition, construction, renovation, and equipping of the approximately 126-unit vacant senior community multifamily housing facility to be located in the city of Richmond. Is there a motion for consideration?
So move.
Commissioner Brody, seconded by Commissioner Johnson. Open the floor for discussion.
I have none.
No.
Ready to move for a vote? Do
Yes.
roll call. Commissioner Parker,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
Commissioner Brody.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Recommendation will be sent to the full board. Last resolution is Resolution 2026-21, resolution authorizing the ground lease to RVA Community Development Corporation for the non-mile home ownership project. Do I have a motion for consideration?
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Parker, seconded by Commissioner Brody. I believe Mr. Nesmith is available if there are any questions for discussion.
I don't have any questions, Steve. I don't know if Ms. Brody or any other, the commissioners online or have any questions. I'm fine.
Hearing no
None.
questions. Hearing no questions, we'll move for a vote. Commissioner Parker,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
Commissioner Brody.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Resolution will be sent to the full board. That is all the resolutions, Chair Parker.
Thank you, Patrick. Mr. Nesmith, are you any final comments before we close?
No, I would just like to say that I want to thank you for your leadership, not just publicly, on the record, ensuring that we continue to push and don't rest on our accomplishments. I want to thank you for saying that both on and off the record. And I think that, as you know, our staff work extraordinarily hard and overtime. But I think that what's always important is leadership. And I think that your leadership has been exemplary on making sure that we keep our eye on the prize and not focus on the noise, right?
Yes.
And so I just want to say thank you for making sure we don't focus on the noise and we stay focused on what's in front of us.
Thank you, Steve. Ms. Brody, did you have any further comments before we close in the commission? Okay. And, Mr. Johnson, do you have any further comments? Thank you, Steve.
Mr. Chair, first I want to just thank the whole staff and everybody. I mean, it's kind of exciting just to sit on the sideline and hear what is going on. We've got some very exciting stuff going on in this city. And one thing that I would like to introduce that we do is whenever possible, we talk about Faith Towers, we talk 4th and Grace, we talk about First Build on First Street. We're talking a couple of opportunities on Church Hill to put up a sign, and if we can, a rendition. And when you do stuff like that, you get people to talking. And like I said, we need to tell our story. And since we don't have a way to put it in the papers or anything like that, signs coming soon, what's to be expected on this particular site, goes a long way to creating people that help us tell our story. And again, I'm just very pleased and very proud of all that's going on. And to my colleagues, Ms. Brody and Chair Parker, being able to get out there and mingle with our board chair, for getting out with the community, mingling, and letting them know we out here and our shoulder is to the wheel. And you too, Mr. Nesbitt, you act like you get beat up, but you know you love it. Thank you so much.
He does, without a doubt. Thank you, Commissioner Johnson. And we don't want to leave out Priscilla. Thank you also. And her staff back there with her also. So thank you both for your help and everything that you do. You do a tremendous job. Erica, thank you for your first meeting. We're looking forward to you coming back now. Okay. So anyway, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you for everybody being here.
Great meeting.
Be careful going home now. Take your time. Thanks, Steve.